afternoon. It is 2 p.m. This is News Now, our top stories. Well, on the day Hamilton is supposed to declare which site will become home to a new Pan Am Stadium, City Council is instead considering a new location. And after consumer complaints, Premier Dalton McGuinty says the government will review hydro rates that are being charged in off-peak hours. Well, as we mentioned, today is the deadline set by HostCo for a decision from Hamilton on where a new stadium for the Pan Am Games will be built. But the debate is far from over. City councillors are meeting as we speak to discuss yet another possible location. Now, the newest site is a 51-acre CP rail yard near Longwood in Aberdeen. According to a city staff report, the land meets the needs of both the city and the Tiger Cats. The report also suggests bumping the stadium up to 25,000 seats. But that, of course, would require applying to the government for more funds and extending the deadline until October 12th. Now, the Liberal government is planning to review hydro rates charged to customers during off-peak hours, and it's all part of the province's smart meter program that's been taking a little bit of heat as of late. Maria Hayes joins us live with more on this one. Hi, Maria.
Taz, it's one of those programs that looks better in theory than in practice. It seems the off-peak rates aren't low enough to encourage people to tackle things like laundry or running the dishwasher during late-night hours. The Liberals have spent $1.5 billion on the smart meter program, bringing the devices to 4.1 million customers. Of those homes, only about 800,000 are actually involved in the time of use program. Now, the Liberals say it still has promise.
We're making sure that we're monitoring it very closely to ensure there's enough incentive to help people move off of peak. And that seems to be what's happening, that people are moving off of peak usage, while at the same time we want to make sure that as we implement this early, that we're not hurting those that have trouble shifting their use. There are seniors that have expressed concerns about that. So we're going to take this slowly as we implement it, and we're going to make sure that we get it right.
Now, of course, opposition leaders say that there has been no rate reduction for customers. They think the entire program should be scrapped. Taz?
All right, thank you, Maria Hayes, in our newsroom. Toronto police have made yet another appeal for information into the disappearance of Miriam Makniashvili. Miriam was 17 when she disappeared 1 year ago today. She arrived at Forest Hill Collegiate, believed to be on her way to the library, and from that point on, her whereabouts are unknown. After thousands of hours of investigation, police say there is no evidence to suggest she was abducted, lured for a nefarious activity, was suicidal, or the victim of an accident. They do believe someone has information, and everyone is still hopeful.
Speaking with Miriam's family prior to this, I mean, it's still about offering hope. That's the bottom line. It's offering hope. You know, every case is different, and you know, I'm a parent. Lots of us are parents. At the end of the day, when do you stop searching? You know, you don't. So we're just here to continue to support them, continue to partner with the Toronto Police in hopes that we're going to bring a positive conclusion to this and closure to the family and bring Miriam home.
The Missing Children Society of Canada has put up a $10,000 reward to help in the investigation. A Hamilton man has been arrested after allegedly trying to lure a child online. Police say a 14-year-old girl was contacted online and offered a large amount of money to perform sexual acts. 29-year-old Majinder Brar is facing several charges. And the sentencing of a Nova Scotia businessman accused of sex offenses has been pushed back until September 28th. Earlier this summer, Ernest Fenwick McIntosh was found guilty of more than a dozen charges of gross indecency and indecent assault involving young boys. Those charges date back more than 30 years. At his trial in July, victims testified the abuse occurred prior to 1974 when he lived in Cape Breton. McIntosh was extradited from India in 2007 to face those charges. A first-year student has died outside a residence at Queen's University in Kingston. Media in Westport, Connecticut, where the teen is from, have identified him as 18-year-old Cameron Bruce. Police have not confirmed his identity yet. Students heading out for sports practice found the body yesterday on the first day of class. Police say it is a tragic incident, and an autopsy is being conducted today in Ottawa. Charges have been laid in connection with the death of a Port Hope man whose body was found in his home last September. His common-law partner, 50-year-old Catherine Mary Andrus, faces a first-degree murder charge. She has a court appearance scheduled for later on today. And an autopsy is to be done today on the body of a 58-year-old Hamilton man. The OPP say Marshall Sharp's body was found yesterday in Horseshoe Bay on Lake Erie in Haldeman County. His empty boat was seen circling in the water last Friday. It is believed he fell overboard and drowned. Police found 2 life jackets on his small boat. A shot fired inside a Toronto mall sent shoppers running for cover last evening. Police believe the gunman was aiming at a security guard inside Fairview Mall just before closing last night. The bullet, however, didn't hit anyone. The security guard was able to wrestle the gun from the suspect, who fled on foot. Police say they know who they're looking for, and they have surveillance video as evidence. Let's check in now with Brian Wood for an update on our weather conditions. Not a bad day out there for Tuesday.
Not bad whatsoever. We have a little bit of cloud cover, a little bit of a breeze. Yeah, and we have lots of sunshine. We've had it throughout the lunch hour, but temperatures not quite where we got to yesterday. Yesterday, 23.9, almost 24 degrees to be exact. And today we're lagging a little bit behind that. And tomorrow, well, yeah, tomorrow's not going to be too bad either. But the problem is going to be Thursday. Check out the rain across southern Ontario. There isn't any, as you can see in our live radar picture here. Live radar picks up precipitation. That's all. No cloud cover. Doesn't show us that. We do have a little bit of clouds right now, but still lots of sunshine, but no shower activity across southern Ontario. That's the way it's going to stay for the day today and into tomorrow. But Thursday, the change will come. It will tell you all what to expect there and what's going on the traffic watch this afternoon coming up. Taz?
Sounds good. Thank you, Brian. That gas line explosion in San Bruno, California last week is raising new questions about just how safe underground natural gas pipelines are. The U.S. National Transportation Safety Board says it hopes the explosion will be a wake-up call about aging pipelines. We get the latest now from Miguel Almaguer.
Investigators are looking at home video like this.
The house next to mine is already on fire.
Spectacular new images of Thursday's blast for clues that could help determine the cause of the deadly gas line rupture. Nearly 40 homes were obliterated when a 30-inch pipeline became a fireball-spitting torch. Just days after the hellish inferno, state leaders called for congressional hearings, fearful this could happen anywhere in the country.
It's very important for everyone who has gas coming into their home to have the sense and assurance that the pipe that's near their home is safe.
Critics say PG&E neglected public safety by not replacing the 50-year-old pipeline that ruptured sooner.
These gas lines are definitely a ticking time bomb.
But PG&E says their 15 million customers are safe, and they'll work to figure out why their line ruptured even after it was inspected twice in the last year, denying reports that neighbors had called in about a gas leak.
We have not found anything in our records that would indicate that people called for that specific area.
The death toll in that blast remains at 4, with 4 others still missing. A coffee machine has exploded at a supermarket in London, England, sending 6 people to hospital. 1 more was treated for minor injuries in that store, and the store had to be evacuated. A spokesman for the supermarket says the blast was caused by a ruptured line in the machine. And a new tech lab has been unveiled at a Stony Creek High School. Future Shop picked up the tab for the upgrade at Salt Fleet District High. Now, the tech lab will provide students with a chance to prepare themselves for future jobs in technical-related fields. The grant is part of Future Shop's 10-year commitment to support education. The centerpiece of the Pope's visit to Britain this week will be the beatification of Cardinal John Newman. Cardinal Newman was a 19th century Englishman who converted to Catholicism from the Church of England. The Vatican ruled that the healing of the Massachusetts man was a miracle linked to Cardinal Newman, opening the way for the ceremony. Today, Jack Sullivan enjoys working in his garden, but 9 years ago he could barely stand. Sullivan was in agonizing pain following spinal surgery, and he claims praying to Cardinal Newman led to a miraculous healing.
Suddenly, I felt tremendous heat, as if somebody opened the door of an oven or a furnace. Tremendous heat, and a tingling feeling all over my body, from my toes to my head.